Hey guys, what's going on? I wanted to do a quick video to showcase the new superconductive bombing buff for Kyle. Previously, it wasn't a very good Transcendent mod to use simply because it was bugged. There was a video put out weeks ago by a content creator by the name of Ash. I highly recommend you go check him out, where he stated that the damage that each bomb did wasn't the power modifiers weren't being applied, so it only did base damage, which is why it was a very bad mod to use. I personally didn't realize it. I knew it did. I just saw that it did weak damage. So I didn't use it, but he did a very big deep dive into it, and he realized it was bugged and it was only doing damage, which is why it was so bad. And he rightly so. He called it that if they fix superconductive bombing, it was going to be a potent transcendent mod to use. I'm gonna link below too. He just recently put out a build, a crit based build, like right after basically the buffs came out, showcasing that he was right. So I'll put a link there if you want to see the crit based build for like solo play. This build isn't that build. I don't like doing solo play. I mean, any for the most part, most bosses are going to die in solo play, so it doesn't really matter to me. Not that the build is bad. I'm just saying in general. I like to like kind of stress test my builds against Gluttony because he has the highest. I think he has the highest skill crit resist or skill crit resist. So you can't just kind of like just stack a bunch of crit on your abilities and just blow them up. You actually have to do more consistent damage. So the damage you're seeing in these clips aren't from any crit based build at all. It's just a raw based, just typical shield build with superconductive bombing, and that's about it actually. So uh, I, I I will say, and I'm going to say this now, I can't stress it enough. I did this very quickly. I've been pretty busy lately, so it's hard for me to pump out videos as much as I want to. But this build is not fine tuned by any means. I kind of just slap things together just to see how it performed. And once I got it to a point where it performed well enough to my liking, I decided to start recording like certain runs or runs like that. In these runs, you'll see I'll do anywhere from 50 to almost 70 million damage. I have done higher, but it all depends on whether or not you have a high DPS team, or these are all pub games, right? So it all depends on if you have a high DPS team. So if you spawn in with like one Balby and like two Hagleys or two Glays or something, it's your damage is going to vary. I've gotten pretty low in those type of lobbies just because they do way more damage more consistently. But when those characters aren't in the lobbies, I've gotten as high as 80 million in failed runs simply because of the white mechanic. So yeah, I think it's a very effective build now. I think Kyle has more build options now too. I think his diamagnetic bulwark build is still really good as well. It's what I was using before. I like it. It's consistent. You're a lot more tanky too. I will say this build, while the damage potential for this build is higher, you have less shield for sure. Like normally I'd have 31,000, but now as you can see me in this clip here, I'm sitting at 16,000. Or 15,899 or something like that. So you are definitely less tanky. I have died a few times, to Gluttony because of it. Like sometimes he'll just beam you straight out of the air, which kind of sucks. But yeah, it's a pretty effective build. I was gonna go over like more in depth like the Kyle changes, but like I said, I don't really have time, so I just wanted to pump this video out for you guys just so you guys could see the efficacy of superconductive bombing. And yeah, enjoy. So the way to play this build is the moment you spawn into an intercept, you just tackle. Tackling right off the bat now because you gain magnetic force. One of the changes they made is you gain magnetic force when you tackle. You'll gain magnetic force in the very beginning, which means you can prep yourself for launching your superconductive bombing the moment the intercept starts. So what I like to do is I like to tackle. I like to stagger my tackles a little bit to try and see if I can keep my pest control buff from Secret Garden up. You want to try and have all three stacks when it starts. Nice, it's a nice damage boost to have. So I like to tackle. If I can keep the buff, I can. If not, it is what it is. It's fine. You don't have to you don't have to fish for the buff. You can just start the moment the intercept starts too. After that, yeah, what I do before I cast my 4 is I'll double jump because you want to try and get as high as you can. Kyle's 4 is able to be cast while it's in air, and you want to try and get as high in the air as you can because it has a gradual decline when you use the ability for long enough. So it'll slowly descend, even if you're not trying to. Even if you aim upwards, it'll slowly descend. And you want to try and avoid that so that way you don't land on the boss prematurely and don't get off the bombs that you're supposed to. I've done it a few times. It's kind of annoying. Another annoying thing about the ability is that you have to kind of keep track of where the boss is beneath you. What they should do is change the field of view when you're in this mode, so that way you can see the bosses a little easier. Yeah, after that, you just spin in circles. Try to make as tight of a circle as you can. I don't know how it works on controller. I haven't really played there. But on mouse, it's pretty easy. Mouse and keyboard, you just spin and you drop down, rinse and repeat, and go from there. If you have any comments or questions, guys, go ahead and leave them below. I'll try to get to you when I can. Yeah, you guys have a good night, good morning, good whatever, wherever you are, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.